Today's video, we're going to be checking out the Futurama. This is the Santa Robot exclusive Build-A-Bot figure. You got the figure fixed? Christmas miracle? No, not even close. Not even close. I've just got the hand wedged in there. Let's take some dimensions for Robot Santa. We'll put the tape measure next to him, or somewhat next to him. If you count the top of his hat, Robot Santa is about 8.5 inches in height. Going back to what I said earlier. Going back to the mention of the arm. Yeah, the arm, unfortunately, is still broken. If you are just tuning in now and maybe didn't see the earlier videos, I have nothing to say about that. But, unfortunately, the Santa that I bought, I got this guy on eBay. I got the entire set, and the seller had indicated that all the figures, everything was complete. It had been opened, granted, but everything was intact. That not be the case, eBay seller. The arm, as you can see, the socket area is completely missing. It's completely gone. There's no hole there in which the arm can attach itself to. So at the beginning of this review, I simply just kind of just propped the arm inside there and pray for a little Christmas magic that it would stay in place at least to the point where I was going to ready to get the review shot. So this figure was comprised and built over a series of 6 individual figure reviews. Over the course of that as well, we got some interchangeable parts, like Amy, for example, came with the Santa wielding machine gun, which as well I could just somewhat prop in there. Oh, so sad. Yeah, it's just, I think what ultimately I might do, of course, raise a stink to the seller, but I'm also probably just going to glue it in place and call it a day. One of the other things, surprisingly, that came with Amy, I say surprisingly because she also came with the interchangeable arm, is she came with the little spike pom-pom as well. You just go ahead to the top here, and you can just take the pom-pom off and replace it with the one that has spikes. Now, let me just show you how it's slotted. It kind of looks like a half moon, so there's really only one way to fit it in place. There we go. Just wedge it in, and you can have the spiked pom-pom instead, whatever choice you so desire. I think choice-wise between the two arms, by the way, I probably favor more so putting the machine gun. Who doesn't like Santa Claus robot wielding a machine gun? Or Tommy gun, I guess, to be more exact. Probably will opt to go this route than this route here. I think what I'm going to avoid myself any sort of headache by just having this fall out all the time. So you'll excuse me if I just leave it out altogether. Let's have a look at his face, or robot head. It's menacing. It's pretty simple in its design, but definitely executes a very menacing monster of a Santa Claus. As we discussed before, you can see that he's got the serrated teeth. And what they've done is they've actually made it serrated. I thought they might have put like a black plastic behind it to keep the teeth and just mold the teeth against that. But there is a gap actually in between. Not to say that the teeth would get damaged. There's really no way you can get your finger in there anyways to crack any of the teeth. So you should be perfectly fine. Santa Claus is really light, or Robot Santa is considerably light. The torso, the underskirt, and basically everything feels like it's hollow. Even like the hands, and especially the head, all feel like it's hollow plastic. It equals for a fairly light figure, which also was a lot easier to put together than I was expecting. It's just simply a case of plugging a lot of things from a peg to a hole and just kind of snapping everything together. And snapping really is not even the word I would want to use. It literally, it's not even a snap. It's just there. It's done. It's in. A very large, kind of portly robot. And I like how everything has a more hexagonal or angled shape to it. Even like the little side areas. I don't know if you would consider, what would you consider these? Little ears or something on the side of his head? A big rosy nose. And he's got the half moon eyes. He is very simplistic in the way of his posability. Basically, the fact everything was pegged together gives you the exact same posability that one would expect from that. So his head rotates left and right, his arms rotate, and through the process of that, the shoulder pops out on the one end, but I would certainly take that over what ended up happening over here. Got the swivel on the arm, swivel on the hand, swivel on the waist, and by process of the way everything kind of plugged into place, the legs also rotate back and forth as well. Again, yeah, a really great looking representation of Robot Santa. Let's try our hand again to try to get everything plugged in there. Oh, so sad. This would be like the equivalent of a kid wanting, let's say, the new game console, and his mom and dad give him the box. Yeah, it's about the same size as a game console. Open it up, open it up. Tear away the packaging. Oh, it is. It's the actual box for the system. And then dad says, okay, Jimmy, open up the box and look at the inside. And Jimmy opens it up. Delight and glee fill his face, and immediately is greeted to a series of rolled up socks. That's what this Santa is to me. Rolled up socks. I like the look of him, but man, oh man, was I ever disappointed to find that one end of Santa's torso broken. I don't know what happened to it, but again, I've reached out to the seller. We'll see how things go. It's kind of my video documentation of this happening. You guys are all my witnesses. You saw that socket is missing. I can call upon all of you, I'm sure, in case the eBay seller says, no way. No dice, man. No dice. I sent it as is. Everything was intact. You guys are all my witnesses. Anyways, let's move along to the figures themselves. This figure wave was kind of a mixed bag, in all honesty. Some pretty decent figures, somewhat lukewarm figures. I don't really want to say any of them were terribly bad, but all of them were just generally kind of like no real spikes, no real drops. That's the best way I can describe it. So let's have a look at some of my let's look at my top 3 favorite figures, as I normally do on this, whenever I do like a wave of figures. Let's very carefully move that back. All right, so let's have a look at some of my favorite figures, one of which being Captain Yesterday. Yes, he falls over. Yes, I need a display stand, but overall I like how he looks. I think he has a lot of personality to him. He is a lot more personality, unfortunately, than what Clobberella had. And Clobberella, I would probably say, is near the bottom of the list. Next favorite figure, and I'm just going to bring him in. A lot of people are going to be like, really? What? Really? Really? Yeah, really. The next one is, let me just move everything out of the way here. Nudar. I wanted to call him Nubar for some reason. Nudar would be my next favorite. I know, you're thinking to yourself, Nudar? Why would you pick Nudar? I think I just like it because he's got extra posability, and he feels like a more recent released figure, whereas all these other figures feel like they're more dated, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I like the sculpt. I like the fact that he is, again, superposable. Nudar. Bring in also Big King, or Bender. I like him. You know what? I would say he's probably, I would say he's my 3rd favorite from this wave. And then I guess rounding out the bout, I'd like to think I'd say Calculon, but unfortunately, as you can see, he just, again, has such a tough time standing. A lot of times he'll just kind of teeter back and forth and ultimately just fall over. But I think my 3 favorite are probably Captain Yesterday, Nudar, and of course, Bender. King Bender, to be exact. I think my least favorite from this wave, I might even say, I know you're probably thinking, really? I might even say Clobberella. I kind of wish that she just had better facial expression. I know Amy is just a little on the bland side, but at least Amy looks a little bit more like the cartoon. Clobberella, I think, really could have been a lot better than what she ultimately was. So there you go, guys. A Christmas gift from me to you, the viewers, as I need all of you guys as my witnesses to this. Today we were having a look, and we were having a look actually in a series of videos at the Futurama Santa Robot Build-A-Bot wave. These are my 3 favorite. Let me know down below what your favorites, in fact your 3 favorite figures were from this wave of figures. And certainly as well, stay tuned. We got much more Christmas videos coming your way. Lots and lots of Christmas videos are heading your way. We still got, at the time of shooting this, we're at the beginning of December. So, whole month. Got a whole full month of Christmas-related videos coming your way. So, stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't had a chance yet to hit that little subscribe button down below, it's never too late. Don't put off tomorrow what you can accomplish today. I think that's how they say it. Hit that little subscribe button now, and that will mean you'll never miss a beat when it comes to future videos. You can still kind of go back and look at older videos, but you'll also never miss future videos coming onto this channel as well. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time.